Welcome to another episode of I'm Tired of Being Right All the Time. My name is Johnny Wright, President and CEO of the Biosphere. I just finished up a great training session with Corey. He's at Clausen Automotive, Madison, Wisconsin, one of our great Biosphere clients. You can go to thebiosphere.com for more information on all of this, our services we provide. But it moved me and motivated me to share this with you as I shared with Corey. We talked about a certain process he's trying to learn. He's working on implementing it. It's one of our processes. It has to do with soft transfers and phone skills. And there's a failure to implement. And what I shared with Corey was that is the number one reason why we fail at anything, is a failure to implement. I wrote it down. It was so important to me. You can write this down to FTI, the acronym, failure to implement. We know what to do. In many cases, we know what the process is. We know what an exceptional process is. We may have it in front of us as reminders, but as the implementation of that exceptional process is where we fail, where we fall short. So how do you overcome it? And I shared this with Corey. I said there's 3 questions we should ask ourselves to overcome a failure to implement the FTI. The first question to ask you and me is, what do I want? What's the thing at the end of the rainbow? What's the dream? What's the dream? I've got something for that too. What's the dream? Let your dreams be bigger than your fears. What's the dream? What is that thing that I want out there in the ether, in the atmosphere? Can you picture it? Can you see it, smell it, taste it? Whatever it is. Is it money? Is it relationship? Is it happiness? Is it fulfillment? Is it career? Is it a thing? Moving to Barbados? Whatever. Whatever it is, what do you want? Very simple question to ask yourself and myself. Second question is, how bad do you want it? What is the desire level? Scale of 1 to 10. You want it a little bit, kind of, a lot? Has it changed over the course of your years on the earth? Is it better, more now than it was then? But you have to ask yourselves, we have to ask ourselves, what do we want? How bad do we want it? The third question then, what are the roadblocks to getting it? If I know what I want and I know I want it bad, then what is preventing me from getting it? What's preventing me? What are the excuses posing as reasons? What is the gravity? What is the kryptonite to my superpowers? You got to be able to identify that. All of us do drill down 5 whys, root cause analysis. All of this is part of our training. And there are then 3 things. I leave you with this idea that I shared this with Corey, who is just wonderful to work with. They've made strides. They're starting to do things at that shop in Madison that is creating a distinction that is not quite a difference yet between them and the other shops in Madison, but that is going to come because of these 3 things. Tony Robbins says, the great motivational speaker, he's got the banana hands, if you're familiar with Shallow Hal. Robbins says you need 3 things to be successful. Number 1 is you have to be obsessed with whatever success is. It goes back to what do you want, that question. You got to be obsessed with it. You got to eat it, drink it, smell it, breathe it. It's got to be in front of you all the time. You have to be obsessed with it. Second, you have to be relentless in the pursuit of it. Ongoing, relentless. You're going to make mistakes. So am I. We're going to fall back. It'll happen. It's inevitable, part of the process, but you have to be obsessed with overcoming it, overcoming the fear. The greatest success lies on the other side of our fear. Fear comes from failure. Robbins uses a baby as an analogy. As infants, we learn how to walk, but that is a miracle that we take for granted today. Those of us who are blessed to be able to walk and be upright. But as children, as infants, it's not so. And Robbins talks about how babies, as children, we struggle to stand up, push up our weight, and then we fall. And then we try to stand up again, and we fall. And every time we fall, there actually is this disharmonic chord. It's because as babies, though, we're not focused on the music, you know. We keep doing it over and over and over and over. We bop our knees and our heads. Our mommy and daddies come and soothe us. And then 10 minutes later, we're doing it again. Robbins says, what if after about 2 weeks of that, as a baby, we looked at ourselves and said, you know what, baby? This is way too hard. I quit. Well, then we'd all be rounded. The weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. So that would be bad. Tigers, lions, bears, angry aliens would eat us, and the whole place would be run by all them peoples. But that's not the case. We're simply relentless enough that we figure out a way to stand up and begin to walk. It is the greatest miracle short of our birth. It is the greatest miracle. All the odds are against it, and yet we are driven. We are obsessed. We are relentless. And third, Robbins says, we create an exceptional pathway. We create it ourselves. No manual, Infant Walking for Dummies is not a book on most infant baby book shelves. We stay with it. We stay at it until we stand and we walk. And this beautiful thing that we now take for granted is the greatest miracle. So the question to ask yourself, and I ask myself every day, is what is our failure to implement? Do we know what we want? Will we pursue it with passion, with vigor, with zest? Figure out what we want and how bad we want it and overcome the obstacles to it. And we will be fulfilled, happy, excited, full of energy. The world needs more of that, don't you think? For more tips, for more suggestions, advice, direction, if you just want to talk about your own personal professional journey and how to overcome some of your own obstacles to standing and walking, please visit my YouTube channel. I'm tired of being right all the time. Yes, it's rather lengthy, but I think you'll enjoy the videos there. You can go to our website, thebiosphere.com, for more information. We are a customer service and sales training company, recruiting, marketing, and we would certainly love to work with you. Until next time, I'm so appreciative that you popped in and watched. My name is Johnny Wright, and I'm tired of being right all the time.